Good morning, adventurers.
Good morning.
We are leaving Krakow today. We are hopping a bus over to the town of Wrocław, I think is how you pronounce it.
We've heard only great things. We actually just decided last night to go up here. So booked our Airbnb last minute, booked our train yesterday. Hopefully it all works, but I'm really excited. Yeah.
So we've got like a few hour bus ride up there. We're gonna get to see the Polish countryside.
Yeah.
We've got a bag full of snacks that Allison's carrying around.
So many things.
It's gonna be good. How's it feel to have like 30 pounds strapped onto you?
Oh my gosh, you guys. It feels so heavy. It feels like my poor little legs don't want to do this anymore.
So we saw our bus up here on the monitor over there, but it says G15 and everything around here is D, so I'm not exactly sure where all the G terminals are. So we're going upstairs.
Well, we dropped off our bags, we found our bus. A little sweaty, it's very humid today. It decided to rain on us, but we reserved our seats in advance. It was like $6 USD a piece more, which was actually the price of the ticket pretty much.
So we paid double, but it's not that much.
Yeah, so yeah, we ended up paying around like 20 USD for total for both of us to sit up front. So we're gonna have an amazing view and I can't wait. Although hopefully it doesn't just rain the whole time.
But we're doing that because it helps us get a lot better shots for you guys so we can show off the countryside. Because if we're sitting in the middle, it's really hard to get good shots of the scenery. So on the bus, we have a power outlet right down here, which is great. We do not have any cup holders, so we're stuck kind of holding our drinks.
Dang.
This will be cool. Check this out. We get the front like panoramic view.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good.
If you were sitting in the back though, you would get a little tray and cup holders. I don't know why they never give them in the front seats.
Just had to use a little brain power, but I figured it out. We now have a cup holder.
I'm still not 100% convinced there isn't something like in between our seats or little slide out.
Y'all, they have Wi-Fi.
That's
technically, but I'm skeptical about how well it's gonna work, but they have it.
They have it,
right.
And there's a restroom on board. So far, this bus line is, actually we've done Flixbus before.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
And I remember it being good. I didn't remember them having Wi-Fi and a restroom though. All right. So we made it, but our host won't arrive to our apartment for about 30 minutes. So we're just gonna chill here. I think maybe have some snacks because we didn't eat anything on the bus. And now I'm really hungry, it just hit me. But it was a really easy train ride.
Not
it went
bad
by
at
pretty
all.
quickly.
I just sat and played games the whole
Although
time.
I am kind of sad, we were on the highway the whole time, so it wasn't like that exciting of a ride, but that's okay. Easy, quick, cheap, all right.
So apparently there are these gnomes all over the city. We've already seen about 4 of them. They're just cute little guys like this, just sitting around. You gotta keep your eyes peeled though.
I know.
They're hard to see, they're kind of tiny.
I feel like since I told Eric that they were everywhere, we've had this like secret rivalry going, who can spot them.
I'm winning so far. We made it to our Airbnb. Check this place out. It's really cool. Yeah. It's actually, this was a whole floor, and then it was just like the last place we stayed in Krakow, but it was a whole floor, and then they just divided it up into these little boxes. But
yeah,
it's
so
pretty cool.
Like crazy sturdy hardwood floors, the cool brick, and then a little sleeping nook up there, which is pretty quaint.
Yeah, everything's all brand new in this thing. I feel like we're the first people to stay here.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's true, but one of the first. But anyways, I think that we ended up just coming in and sitting down, and we were just dead tired. I slept so badly last night, you guys, for some reason. But we ended up just ordering some food. We've got some Thai food here, so we're gonna destroy that. We haven't had Thai food in forever, it feels like, so it's gonna be good.
We're switching it up, we're treating ourselves.
Yeah, but we're just gonna get some work done and chill. So I think we're going to leave you guys here and then just reconvene the video tomorrow and show off the town a little bit, because we got a little glimpse of it and there was some really cool stuff. I think we're gonna show it off to you guys.
Properly explore later.
We are back. It's the next day. It's a beautiful day out.
It's lovely.
I think we're gonna head to the square in the middle of town. They have like this really quaint, cute little historic area. So we're gonna check that out. We're going to do a walking tour, I think, because we haven't done one of those in a long time. And we always feel like we're missing out because it's a great way to just get adjusted to the city, learn a little bit of the history before you really start to explore it.
Yeah, one really cool thing about Wrocław is that it has all these little islands. I think they're man-made, but we were gonna just go explore them on our own, but then we saw that there's a free walking tour of them, and it's like at twilight, I think, so it's supposed to be really pretty, and so we'll learn the history of them instead of just bumbling through them. So it should be pretty cool.
Also worth noting, I think we might have said this in a previous video, but there are a lot of like vegan and vegetarian restaurants here in Poland, apparently.
Yeah, lots.
So we just looked up one and we're gonna go give it a try. Found another gnome. That's like the 10th one that we've seen so far. Shut up. We are in the middle of Market Square. It is extremely beautiful, but like most historic centers, it's pretty crowded.
It is Saturday night, though, so.
But it's very cool. Lots of really colorful, beautiful buildings. You guys know we love that. But the restaurant is right over here, so we're gonna go grab a bite to eat before we do anything next. Well, never mind on the vegan place. It didn't really work out. They didn't really have a lot of stuff in stock. Everything we ordered, they didn't have. I wanted a pizza. It was gonna take like 30 minutes, and we don't have that much time. So I think we're gonna hit up a different place. But it gives us a chance to explore the market a little, or the market area a little bit more.
Yeah, and there is no shortage of restaurants here, so I don't think we'll have that much of an issue. Y'all, we've just been walking around for like 15 minutes, and we walked down this little random alley, and there's another little vegan place, and the menu looks amazing. Hopefully they have everything. We're gonna check it out.
We decided to go with 2 vegan burgers. I'm not sure how good it's gonna be because I've got like a tempeh pattern. How do you say that? Tempeh? Tempeh?
Tempeh?
Yeah, tempeh patty in there with sprouts and carrots and mushrooms and all kinds of stuff. I thought it was all gonna be blended together, but no, it's very separate.
Yeah, came all the way to Poland and I got a vegan Thai burger. So it's I think it was like a lentil patty, and then it should have like peanut butter in there and a bunch of Thai spices. It looks like some jalapenos and carrots. It smells really good though. This sucker is huge, and it's actually quinoa in there. Maybe lentils too, but definitely quinoa.
This is why I've deconstructed mine, because it was way too hard to actually take a bite of it.
Well, it's definitely very well seasoned. I don't get as much of the peanut taste as I was hoping, but it's pretty good. I mean, it just kind of tastes like a bunch of vegetables squashed together with a lot of sauces. Nothing like a burger, but maybe I can feel a little healthy about it.
The tour is underway. We've got like a medium-sized group. It's not bad at all.
Maybe like 25, 30 people.
Yeah, our tour guide, his name is Adam, and he seems like a very nice guy. Yeah. We are about to learn all about the city, specifically the bridges and the islands.
Yeah, he said, culture, this is not the culture tour. He said, dwarfs, this is not the dwarf tour. This is the island and bridge tour.
So the first little bit that we've learned is, I think he said there are over 100 different bridges in the city. And he also said that they're very prone to floods, and the biggest of which was in 1997. So there's actually the statue right over here to kind of commemorate that flood, because apparently it was pretty bad. But we've already seen like 3 or 4 bridges, and we've only walked like a 1/10 of a mile or something like that. Yeah. There's a lot of bridges in the city.
This place, as we are now standing on, it's another island called Nadodrze Island. In Nadodrze district, you can see buildings older than 1945. I'm just saying this in that context, that you have to remember about 1945 and the total destruction of the city.
Learning a little more about each of the islands, and we're finding that each of them have very different personalities. So the one we're currently on is like the playground island, so all the families come here with their kids. Apparently it used to have medieval structures, but there are no structures on here anymore. Right next to it is Student Island, where all the students hang out and drink, even though it's technically illegal. There's some that are like really architectural, some that are really artsy. They're all pretty cool and so unique.
We are leaving the Students Island right now, and this building behind us what we learned is that it is the only building on the island, and our guide showed us a picture of the island from 100 years ago. And prior to 1945, there were a bunch of buildings. The whole island was filled with buildings.
Oh,
so they've all been destroyed except that one.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
There were actually 2 more that survived, but they sustained some sort of damage. And then after the war ended, nobody kept them up. And then in the 60s, I guess they decided, we don't need them. So they knocked them down. So now it is the sole remaining building. And it's currently empty. He said up until a year ago, people were living in there. But now they're turning it into something. Who knows? I did see that one when I was looking things up,
Yeah,
so if you recommend that one,
Yeah,
okay.
I think it's also quite nice. Yeah?
Perfect. Okay, well thank you so much. This was
Okay,
lovely to
thank you.
learn more.
The tour is over, and so right when the tour ended, there's a guy who goes around in a little suit and he lights all the lamps, like they're gas-powered lamps, I guess.
Traditional candle lighter.
Yeah, but everyone is sitting here waiting for him, and as he came around, he just had groups of people, hordes building up, following him everywhere he went. Well, some person was sitting there with a tripod because they knew he was going to walk into the shot, and they were sitting there waiting for him. And once he walked into the shot, then they all hopped in and got the photo.
That's some dedication right there.
Yeah, it was actually kind of cool, but I think that they kind of get into it. It's like a tradition, so all the tourists are kind of sitting around waiting for it.
If you want to see it when you come here, they do it only on Cathedral Island, and there are either 102 or 120 of these lamps that he lights. So you got a while. You can follow him for a good little bit and get your perfect shot.
But we ended up hanging back and just talking to our guide Adam for a second, getting some recommendations.
For
we really
something fun we're gonna do tomorrow.
Yes, it may involve a little bit of drink-a-do and some eating, of course. So stay tuned for that video. But I think we are going to leave you guys here. I hope you enjoyed exploring the city with us. I know we enjoyed it. It's always nice to get a little lay of the land and understand it a little bit better.
Yeah, and if you guys come, there are plenty of other free walking tours.
Yeah.
You don't have to do just the islands and bridges. In fact, I might recommend doing one of the the cultural tours, or they have one about World War II and what happened here. Those would be very cool as well. Good night, adventurers.
We'll see you on the road.